Hi, group number 3s. Welcome to this week's reading. This week we are talking about the Hierophant card. The Hierophant card is card number 5 in the major arcana. So he's still kind of in that first section of the Fool's Journey. He's in the section that talks about worldly, earthly powers, and he's actually the last one in his section. So this Hierophant card is the one that drew you in today. The Hierophant is a spiritual leader. They are a spiritual, earthly leader. And this particular Hierophant is actually Questlove, who's an artist, musical artist from Philadelphia. And this card really talks about how rules and boundaries are sometimes very good things that lead us to better things. So we are going to put him back into the deck, and then we're going to shuffle it, and then we are going to do this reading. So the spread that we have for you guys today is the Hierophant spread. It is called a tarot spread for reconnecting with the sacred. I will link the actual spread down in the description in case you would like to do the spread on your own, but it will be down there in the description. So there are 5 cards in this spread. They are the message, the querent, the earthly action, the belonging, and the guidance. So, Hierophant, would you please give us all the information you can about those 5 questions for my group number 3s, please? This one for sure. This one also for sure. Any more cards, Hierophant, that you would like to give us? Woo! That's so many. But this one for sure, and this one for sure, and this one for sure. So that's all the ones. Okay. Thank you so much. So, on this one. Okay. Let's do it. So, the first card that we have in this spread is the message. And this card talks about what divine messages are emerging and what are you being called to. And the card we have here for you guys is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Ooh, I love this. So the Queen of Cups in this deck, she has a cheesesteak in her hand because cheesesteaks are cups in this deck, which is great. I love this deck so much. So, anyway, as a message of what divine messages are emerging, what are you being called to? You are being called to master your emotions. This is the feminine master of the feminine element of water. So she is the pinnacle of femininity. The Queen of Cups she's kind of a tough one for me just because emotions are hard. But that's what you're being called to, is to become not only the person who is able to receive other people's emotions, but to be able to recognize and understand your own emotions and be able to receive love and attention around those emotions. The Queen of Cups is the Queen of Love, but she's also the Queen of the element of change. Like, water is always changing. It's never stable. It's always fluid. She's close to like the Temperance card, this balance of flowing energy. She is a master of that. She is the master of the changing and flowing tides of emotion. And that is a tough thing to do. I am super not a master of that yet. But the message is that it's possible. The message is that going with the flow is possible, that becoming a master of our own emotions, becoming a master of being able to receive love and attention around things that we are self-conscious about is achievable. And it is something you are called to feel at home in your own emotional body. So this next card, is called the Querent. It says, what is your current state? In what ways is the divine message being communicated through you? Or how is it molded and shaped? So, the card you guys have here is the Devil card. Well, that's interesting. I love that it's gritty, by the way. So, the Devil card. What is your current state? I feel like this card talks about being chained, being held bound, captive. But it also talks about being a willing captive. It talks about bondage. So your current state is that your emotions have control of you, not the other way around. Your current manifestation of the Queen of Cups is the opposite, sort of. You have become a slave to your emotions rather than a master of them. Whether that means you give in to intense outbursts, or you are, or you are finding ways to enable your own bad behavior or bad relationship with your own emotions. Like if you are, let's say for example, stifling all of your emotions all of the time, this is not a good relationship that you have with your emotions. It's a very detrimental one, actually. So if the goal is the Queen of Cups and your current state is the Devil, the way this will manifest in your life will be very much like being released, being freed, realizing that you have the ability to control your own emotions, or you have the ability to find the means to do that, and then taking that power into your own hands and creating the world in which you have power over your emotions. The common image of the Devil, you can tell that the captive's chains are loose and that they are bound not by the chain, but by their own will to stay there. So the manifestation of becoming a Queen of Cups is really going to occur when you break your own chains, when you realize you have the ability to slip the chain off and go in a different direction, or you have the means to find a way to do that, whether it's a therapist or medication or a new path, a new life path, or a change in mental state, whatever it is that is holding you back from receiving love, from being able to hold and understand your own emotions, from both experiencing your emotions and having level feet on the ground. Whatever it is that is holding you back from that, your breakthrough moment is when you realize you can do this. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys. So your current state is the opposite of the Queen of Cups, but there's hope because you can break your own chains. Even just by recognizing there's chains in the first place. Like, if you don't even know that you're chained up, if you don't even know that, like, you're repressing certain things, then finding that out is the first step to being able to take the chain off. So, the next card we have, this is the earthly action. What practical action can you do to take this message and put it into action in your own life? So, the card that you guys have here is the Five of Cups. Focus. There you go. The Five of Cups. The Five of Cups really talks about grief and loss, but it talks about a kind of grief and loss that is a bit self-serving. It talks about focusing on negative things while there's still positive things around. It's giving away your power. That's really what this card is about. It's about giving away your power. So your guys are saying with this card, in your daily action, to stop giving away your power. Stop giving it away. You are enabling yourself in certain ways. Now, if you're clinically diagnosed with something like depression, I am not saying go change your mindset and you'll suddenly be better. Not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is recognize that I have a clinical diagnosis and get help for the clinical diagnosis. Don't ignore the clinical diagnosis. Don't ignore it, because as we ignore it, it will get worse. It's not talking about, oh, just think happy thoughts, suddenly it'll be better. No, we need to recognize and confront the things that are bad so that we can make them better. Recognize and confront. Don't just feel sorry for ourselves. Recognizing that we have an issue is like halfway there. Like, it gets us started. It's so great. I'm so proud of you. If that's where you've gotten to, I'm so fucking proud of you, because that's like the hardest part, is to admit that there's a problem. That's the hardest part. And then we try to fix it. And it's recognizing that you have the power to try to find one thing that will mitigate something, to do research, to figure it out. You do have that power, at least. So, as a daily thing, we need to stop giving away our power to what is holding us back. Give ourselves the power. So, card number 4, this is belonging. This talks about, how do I find people that will support me? Who is my foundation? Who gives me a feeling of belonging, connectedness to a greater whole? And we have the Page of Wands. Oh, that's so cute. Guys, I love the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, if this is an actual person in your life, I will describe them so you know how to recognize them. If this is an actual person in your life, the Page of Wands is the Page of Wands is the page of doing. The person that shakes you out of bed and says, fuck this, we're going out tonight. The person that is so excited to do the next thing, to think the next thing, to try the next thing. Okay, so this method of of getting out of your head didn't work. What about this other thing? Look at this TikTok I found. Look at this research I found. This is somebody in your life that is constantly excited to move you forward, to help you move forward. Somebody who is constantly trying to show you new sparks, new ways of finding joy. They're constantly trying to shake things up. They're very enthusiastic. If this is not a person, if this is just like an attitude, your guides are trying to say, the Hierophant is trying to say, look, you will find connectedness and you will find support and foundation as you embrace the joy of doing. As you embrace the joy of checking one thing off your list. Just one. Even if it's, I made a checklist. I add that to checklists all the time so I can check it off. But guess what? That's a celebration. Woohoo, we did it. Like, finding the joy in doing is where you will find connectedness. If you have a joy in crocheting, like, fucking talk about it. You will find other people that will connect with you about fucking crocheting. Like, we bond with other people because of our shared joys. And often that one spark leads to other things. So don't be afraid to share your joys of doing with other people, because when you find your tribe that also likes all those doings, you're going to find the support network you need. Okay? So, this last card here is guidance. Where can I find advice and further guidance, mentorship, and education? And the card you guys have, is the Three of Cups. You guys got a lot of cups. For a 5-card spread, 3 cups is a lot. Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks about the joy of friendship, celebrating with friends, finding companionship. Where will you find more guidance and mentorship in those you can celebrate life with? Even if it's just celebrating the stupid person down the block stepped on dog poop today. Like, even that's a celebration, you guys. So, yeah. Celebrate. Celebrate the little achievements. Celebrate the little good things. Celebrate that today I did not give in to my anger. The little things. Those that you celebrate with, they will give you more guidance and mentorship and education. Ask people about things. You'll find out if you're dealing with an undiagnosed like mental illness or anything like that, like if you start talking about it to people, you will find that there's a lot more other people that are dealing with it than you think. Talking with people about our hurts and sorrows helps us, one, validate our own emotions, but also realize that we're not alone, because we realize that a lot more people than we think are dealing with exactly the same thing we're going through. Maybe not exactly, but like, you know what I mean. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for you guys is I have 2 oracle decks today that I'm going to pull through from. One is this Messenger Oracle, and the other one is my Kuan-Yin. So, let's see what the Hierophant has to say as one parting message for you guys, my group number 3s. Hierophant, will you please give us a couple cards for my group number 3s about their journey to accept themselves and their emotions. Any more? No. Okay. And our Kunyin deck. Kunyin, would you please give us one final message for my group number 3s about their journey to master their inner life, to master their own mind, to find balance within themselves. One message, please, Kunyin. Nope, that's too many. One message, please, Kunyin. You know, this one is yelling at me, so it's that one. Okay. So, let's see what you got here. So, the 2 cards that we got in this deck are See the Signs. Let's see, focus a little more on that. There we go. See the Signs. And Time to Ground. All right, and last but not least, our Kunyin is the Mother of Mercy. We actually got this card in group number 2. So if you felt drawn to group number 2, go there too, maybe. So the Mother of Mercy. Dispensations of mercy come when we are without recourse, ending a cycle of manipulation, unkindness, or unconsciousness. This spiritual assistance is offered to you now from a place of loving respect, kindness, and a great spiritual power. Blessings to Kunyin, Mother of Mercy, who watches over us with attentive love and cares for our spiritual progress. I'm also going to read to you guys Time to Ground, because that seems very on brand, or very on theme. Time to ground. We all experience moments in our lives when we feel confused, unfocused, and surrounded by chaos and turmoil. Very devil energy. These moments are often unavoidable, as are the lessons that these moments can impart. But how you respond to them is a choice only you can make. Take a deep breath and a moment to pause and reconnect with Gaia and nature. Seek the silence of the void within, whilst your spirit spirals downward to anchor itself like an ancient tree root in the cleansing embrace of the earth beneath you. That's beautiful. Well, group number 3s, this is all I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. That helps me out so much. I hope you guys have a blessed everything. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you at our next reading. This was Pan. Bye, you guys.